All right, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Get in here. I'll give you a couple seconds to get in here. How's my makeup? Okay, my makeup is good. We need that sun. We need the angles. We need the sun angles. Okay, well, that's a little better. Okay, good. Come on, I can't be a photographer and don't know how to follow the light. Okay, we got a little shadow here, guys. I need light on this side. Stand by. Okay, all right. Lighting's good. Okay, guys, thank you. Make sure you put a 1 in the chat if you can hear the sound of my voice. I'm not going to shout too loud because we have another camera over here. With that, ladies and gentlemen, let me give you an update. This morning, we supposed to have started at 9 o'clock. Typically, when the judge comes in, there's discussions on any outstanding motions and or issues before the witnesses take the stand. Well, this morning was a little different. There was an argument about two pieces of evidence that the defense is trying to get in and the prosecution doesn't want to go in. They ultimately decided with that how to resolve that issue. Then the witness was supposed to take the stand. The witness was supposed to take the stand, Jane Doe. She was supposed to continue her cross-examination. So the judge asked the court reporter and the lawyers for both sides to come to his chambers. We was wondering what was happening because initially the judge said bring the witness in, but there was an issue. I knew it had to do with the witness because when the judge said bring the witness in and the prosecution says, Your Honor, this is an issue. Okay, bring the stenographer. I want all the lawyers in my chambers. So the reporters and the people in the audience are sitting around waiting for what the lawyers and the judge come out. So we think 10, 15 minutes. Typically when they go in the chambers, it's about 10 or 15 minutes. We're waiting almost an hour, or maybe a little longer. No witness. People are scrambling around. Reporters want to know what's happening. We're running around trying to figure what was happening. So I have a source. My source in the courtroom. My source told me that the witness doesn't want to continue a testimony, or there's an issue with getting this witness back on the stand. With that, I came back and told you guys what the issue was. Well, I didn't say what the issue was. We just knew that there was an issue that she didn't want to come back. Well, typically when a witness is subpoenaed and she has immunity, I'm sure the prosecution could twist that lady's arm to get her back because she's got immunity. So with around 11 o'clock, the witness takes the stand. Testimony starts. With that, ladies and gentlemen, put a 1 in the chat if you can hear the sound of my voice. I don't see ones. Where are the ones at? Okay, I see the ones. Okay, I see the ones. Okay, so here it goes. This morning, it starts out with, hold on, let's take it from the top. Hold on. Let's take it from the time the witness takes the stand. Before we talk about the witness, Mr. Agniflio, who represents Sean Diddy Combs, came outside from this in-camera or ex parte meeting with the judge and says to the judge, Your Honor, while I know we just had this discussion and I know you made your ruling, however, there may be an issue. There may be a constitutional issue. The constitutional issue might be the fact that Mr. Combs wasn't a party to this discussion and the judge made a significant ruling and Mr. Combs wasn't there. And while Mr. Niflio said, well, he's not going to, he knows what the judge's ruling is, but the public also has a right to know about, and the ruling, what I can conclude from based on what he said was that there is witnesses that are coming in under pseudonyms. Well, apparently there's going to be another witness to come in under a pseudonym. And this is getting kind of interesting because there's so many people working under pseudonyms. And what Mr. Agniflio made a point to stress to the judge is that the problem when you have witnesses on a pseudonym, the public doesn't have the opportunity to investigate to see if this witness, if the name comes out, this witness may be lying about their testimony. And he found that that was a problem. And I agree. I agree that witnesses, unless their life is on the line, unless there's a imminent threat of danger, the witness needs to come into court under their name and tell their story. because what happens if a witness is lying on the stand and they're working on the pseudonym? You'll never know if Jane Doe or John Doe is actually lying. But if you know, if Dennis Byron comes in the court under Dennis Byron and he gives testimony, then others can say, hey, let me check this guy out. Let's see, maybe I know this guy. But when you're working under a pseudonym, it's a problem. And you know there's only 21 members of the press that sits in the press section. There are only 14 members in the public section. And if these people don't know that the witness is coming on the stand, then how do you really vet this witness to see if the witness has integrity and is telling the truth? When you make a trial public, America can see what this witness is saying, and there's an opportunity for people that can, contradict what this witness is saying. And we've heard some rumblings about maybe there's a witness that wants to take the stand that will contradict what Jane Doe is saying. That's a significant issue. But what this witness may want to come testify under a pseudonym. Now, while we don't know if that's a fact, but it's a likelihood that there are witnesses that want to come in under pseudonyms. Let's go to her testimony. So the judge asked Miss Marie Comey, to respond to what Mr. Agnifilo said. Well, Miss Comey said, well, Your Honor, well, you did make a ruling already. You made a ruling already. The judge said, well, I still want you to respond to what he said. And basically, the judge said he's not changing his ruling, but he still wants to address it. And I think he said that so it could be on the record that Mr. Agnifilo made the argument and the government responded. Well, her response wasn't, it was lackluster. It wasn't something that would supporting the First Amendment of the Constitution, freedom of press or freedom of speech, and the public's right to access, and Sixth Amendment. So there may be constitutional issues, and I appreciate the fact that his lawyer has preserved the record by making that argument, because typically if you're arguing about something that's paramount to this guy's defense or his rights, then it should be in the public. With that said, let's talk about some of the evidence that came in through testimony. So Ms. Geragos says, good morning, Jane. Jane says, good morning, Ms. Geragos. Started out very nice. I love how Ms. Teeny Geragos starts it out. Very nice. Disarm your enemy. Disarm her. So Jane saw Cassie's lawsuit. So Ms. Geragos says, you saw Cassie's lawsuit back in the November 16th, and her posture changed after she saw the lawsuit. So she said she saw the lawsuit on the 16th, and we know that on the 17th, there was a settlement. So think about what I'm saying. She saw the lawsuit on the 16th, there was a settlement on the 17th. Then Jane Doe posture changed towards Sean Combs. Why do you think that? Why do you think that Jane Doe heard the lawsuit? She testified that her demeanor changed because she said that essentially, you did the same thing to me. You did the same thing to me. So I get that, but I also get the fact that it's interesting that you're love bombing each other. You genuinely care about this guy. This guy's doing a lot of stuff for you. He's paying your rent every month. He's buying your jewelry. He's giving you money for your business. But when you saw that Cassie settled a $20 million lawsuit within 24 hours, some can conclude that may have turned a light on for you. That may have turned a light on for you. A light, maybe, hey, listen, I'm just getting $10,000 a month. She's getting $20 million. Am I getting the short end of the stick? I'm only speculating, ladies and gentlemen, but it does sound like her demeanor and attitude changed. With that, let's go. So Ms. Geragos goes on to say, hey, so on the 19th, there was communication to Diddy. On the 19th, remember, 16th the lawsuit filed, 17th is settled, doesn't communicate with Sean Combs until the 19th. When she communicates with Sean Combs on the 19th, things change. Attitude change. They have their text message going back and forth, basically saying you did me wrong. I'm paraphrasing, but you did me wrong. You treated me bad. I was just wrong and so forth. Here's where the bombshell comes out this morning, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the bombshell. Ms. Geragos brings up a text message where Jane Doe is requesting $100,000 for this, $100,000 for this. Then she wants to be compensated for this. She asked for a total of $450,000 without a lawyer. Guys, remember when she was questioned under direct examination, the defense attorney, prosecutor said, "You're not trying to sue him, right?" No. So, ladies and gentlemen, can I ask you a question? Why is she asking for $450,000 2 days after Cassie settled the lawsuit? She asked for $450,000 2 days after Cassie settled the lawsuit. They smell money. She smells money. Money grab. This wasn't by accident. So all the love bombing, all the great things he did for him, he did for her. Now, within 2 days, she doesn't even have a lawyer. She sends them a text message. She memorializes it in writing. She wants $450,000. I'm like, wait a minute. I know there was a love contract, but that love contract wasn't for $450,000. So now she's getting the pain and suffering and all the other things that you get when you're trying to resolve the issue. Well, okay, so we didn't know this before. This woman is not suing him. She's not suing him yet. This trial can end, ladies and gentlemen, I want to make this point. This trial could end one way or the other. It could end with a conviction and open the door for an opportunity to sue. Every witness could come in this courtroom and say, hey, listen, I'm not looking for a lawsuit. I'm not looking for a lawsuit. Nothing precludes anyone who's testifying today to sue him after their testimony. Nothing precludes that. There's nothing in the law that says, hey, if you say on the stand, I'm not suing the man, you can't turn around and come back and sue the man. So this is where people have to understand the word game that's being played. Just because she came on and testified under direct examination, I'm not suing, I didn't sue this man, I'm not planning on suing this man. Her plans can change. Her plans can change. Mind you, in a civil case, the jurors may say, hey, didn't you say this? Because you're going to have the transcripts. But she's not bound by those words. She's not bound by not suing this man after she gets off the stand. And this is where I understand why he's still paying her rent and everything. He's not trying to rock the boat so much because he had a girl he was with 11 years, Cassie, who cashed out at $20 million plus the $10 million at the Intercontinental settlement. So that came out this morning in testimony. What else we got in testimony that I thought was pretty interesting? She makes it, it gets better. Apparently, she went out to Vegas. And Anton was there. Remember Anton, right? So Anton was there, and they went to the Encore Hotel. And according to her testimony, there was someone that was with this high-profile celebrity, a female, this high-profile celebrity, and Anton got it grooving on the floor. They were getting on. It was like 7 people in the room, and these 2 individuals having sex. So I'm about to hit you with something. Before I do that, this celebrity rapper, now you guys can figure this out. I'm gonna put the clues out there. This celebrity rapper is someone that has recorded with Diddy in the past, and according to the testimony, this is the testimony, I'm not doxing anyone, but according to the testimony, this high-profile celebrity rapper that had a girlfriend or wife, because they said girlfriend or wife. It's interesting they said girlfriend or wife, so no one can guess. But remember, a high-profile celebrity that recorded with Diddy. You guys can figure that out. He's top of the game. That's what she said. He's top of the game. So they went. I'm thinking about the high-profile celebrity, but they are top of the game. So this woman has sex. The celebrity's friend, girlfriend, or wife has sex with this escort. This escort that comes out. So guess what? During another line of questioning, this high-profile rapper asked Jane Doe, "Hey Jane Doe, do you know of anyone who is discreet? You can recommend to us? Us. Me and my girlfriend and or wife." You got to figure out, was it a girlfriend or wife? Jane Doe says, I know the guy. I got the guy. He's discreet. He ain't telling no tales to anyone. His name is Cabal. You know who Cabal is. We heard cabal in the testimony. So Miss Teeny asks her, so you recommend it. Think about this. She's recommending. Diddy's not around in this whole situation. Diddy's nowhere around. She's in Vegas with someone else. So she's recommending an entertainer. This woman who's been wronged. She's been exposed to these dancers. Well, she says on the stand, and I hope people pick this up. She said, I recommend someone who's a part of the lifestyle. She says on the stand, this is a lifestyle. This is a lifestyle. Diddy's nowhere around her. She has accepted what she's doing as a lifestyle. You remember when she searched for Diddy and she looked up this searched she tried to search a word to see what Diddy falls in, what kind of category, and they call cuckoldery. Cuckoldery. So that must be the lifestyle that they're in. She's not shameful to share with someone else or how to get into lifestyle. Here's another bombshell. She says at this party, at this event at the Encore, she exposed her breast to everyone at the party. And Ms. Gerrico said, "Why did you do that?" Well, I was just in the mood. I was vibing with people. So she's out here flashing and showing her breasts at this party of 7 people where a girlfriend or wife of a high-profile rapper was getting banged out by an escort. Anton, to be exact. Think about this. She's in a lifestyle. They had a party. They had a WWF bang, bang, bang party. That's what's happening. So now she's accepted that she's telling ladies and the jury it's a lifestyle. So if she's accepted as a lifestyle, she's showing her breasts at this party that it's a lifestyle. This is grown folk conversation. What do you think this is, guys? Do you think this is a woman who has been wronged and coerced and everything? Can't be if you accept it as a lifestyle and you're at an event that doesn't include Sean Diddy Combs, and you're showing your breasts, and you're watching. She claims she didn't indulge in the lifestyle of that party, but ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. My spider sense is telling me that woman indulged in that party, but she's not telling the truth. And I believe there's someone out there who will come in and testify that she did, in fact, indulge in that situation at the Encore. They popped ecstasy pills. They were getting high at the party, and she just felt free, carefree. Ladies and gentlemen, they don't want you to hear that part of the story. But this is the testimony. This is the testimony. So I'm smelling a problem for the prosecution. You can't get around that, ladies and gentlemen. When you use the term lifestyle, that suggests to me as a grown man that you are a part of a situation that you have accepted to be a part of your life. It's a style that you have accepted. Not that you have been coerced or been fraudulently involved in or tricked in. You have accepted this lifestyle. You were cheating on Diddy when he wasn't even around. You guys had a mutual friend that Diddy didn't know about. So the problem is, in my opinion, she broke the rule. They had a understanding, Diddy and her, that we would do this cuckoldery situation, but at the end of the day, you still my woman, and you can't be doing this with everybody. You can't. First of all, Biggie said it best. You can't get high on your own supply. She got high. She got high, and she got high on the supply would be the escorts. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm finding that this is going to be a problem for the prosecution, and I don't think Sean Diddy Combs will be found guilty of this sex trafficking because every witness that came in was a part of the lifestyle. This is a lifestyle. They were being taken care of. Puff wasn't asking them to give him money. He was paying. He was the trick that funded the lifestyle. People benefit from the lifestyle. There's some, especially Jane Doe, is still to this day benefiting from being a part of that lifestyle. That's the truth, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what anyone else is talking about. They can tell you anything else, but this is the testimony that came out in the courtroom today, and I have to go back inside. I'm gonna read a few comments. Let's see what we got going on here. Someone said this best. Someone said Diddy needs rehab, not prison. I would say the drugs is a major problem. If he weren't doing the drugs, would he still be in his lifestyle? I don't know. That's another issue that may have to be addressed. But others are in the lifestyle. And I'm going to tell you something else, ladies and gentlemen. While I don't indulge in that lifestyle, there are clubs all around the country where people come in and are a part of that lifestyle. They won't tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. If you're under a certain age, you might not understand this, but there are clubs in New York, California, Georgia, and a lot of places you wouldn't think about. They have this is a lifestyle that has been accepted. This is a lifestyle that has been accepted. The government has taken solicitation, prostitution, and made a trafficking case against this man, where there are people that are literally. I was driving in this morning, and this is a true story. I was driving and I was taking a route coming into to work this morning, and I leave when it's dark outside. I'm sharing some true stuff. I'm leaving, it's dark outside, so I'm trying to take a shortcut. I come through a street in Brooklyn. I'm not going to tell you the street. There were hookers at wee hours of the morning in the street. People were pulling over, truckers, they were pulling over. I'm like, what the hell am I in? What kind of cesspool I'm into? I kept on going. But they were out there walking up to cars and everything. I'm telling you, that's prostitution. There are people that work for companies. There are probably executives that are buying services for the, and again, I don't want to go too deep, but I'm just telling you, there are people that are in clubs around America that have a certain lifestyle. Jane Doe has accepted this as a lifestyle, and guarantee you, if Sean Diddy Combs is convicted, she will likely be a part of this lifestyle. Rest assured. Pissing me off right now, but I'm gonna hold myself together, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just gonna tell you, I've seen things in my life that some of you probably would never see. I pray you never see it, but this woman has just testified on the stand that this is a lifestyle. She's popping it open, showing her breasts. 7 people in the room, so she's not timid at all. This OnlyFans model is a part of a lifestyle. And for you people who said, don't shame her, what are you talking about? Shame her. How can you shame her? She's in the club just showing her breasts. They're screwing in the club or wherever they're in a room or something. 7 people, you got a high profile celebrity, his girlfriend getting banged out by Anton, and he's asking for a recommendation from her, Jane Doe, and she's recommending someone. Guess what? She's promoting this lifestyle that she's now testifying against Sean Diddy Combs. Tell me, make it make sense. She's promoting a lifestyle that he's now being prosecuted for. Does that make sense, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to keep it real with you. The OG is going to always tell you the truth. This is a lifestyle that she accepted. She's gotten money for it. She demanded $450,000 on November 19th when Cassie's lawsuit was settled. She saw an opportunity. She's trying to cash out. I said this on Twitter. I said 99% of the witnesses that are testifying, they have a financial gain in this situation. Hers may not be immediate, but I see the gain in the situation. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to read a few more questions, and I'm going to keep it up 100 with you. I'm not trying to cake for anyone, but I'm telling you, this woman's testimony, she's not a good witness for the government. And in my opinion, I haven't seen a great witness. I have still yet to see a RICO case. I have yet to see a RICO case. People are trying to build their career off of this man's name. People are criminalizing his money. He's paid for. He's not even asking me, hey, you went out. You slept with Anton. I need you to bring some of that money back to me. That's a pimp. Puffy's not a pimp. Puffy's a trick. He's a trick with a lot of money. And he's not the first. There are a lot of people with lots of money that trick every day. I'm gonna read some of the comments. I listen to some people and they say, and I'm going to have a real conversation with you. I listen to some people and they say, oh, he's an awful man. He's so bad. He's this, he's that. He's this, he's that. Well, you know something? He may be bad for you and what you believe in. And you probably not one of those part of this lifestyle. But in this indictment, the prosecution is not, they're doing a bad job. They're doing a bad job. And there was testimony. I'm gonna show you how they and listen. I get the prosecution want to win, but you don't got to cheat to win. There was testimony by Jane Doe where she said she called Puff a pedophile. Someone say a pedophile. He's not charged with kids. She's talking about Young Miami. Young Miami, Young Miami's probably part of the lifestyle. And this word was entered into the courtroom because people planned to see, oh, she called him a pedophile. No, he was dating someone younger than him. And some may view that, oh, it's a pedophile, but it's not pedophilia. He's dating a younger woman. You're not saying that about Hugh Hefner. You're not saying that about some Hollywood actors. What's the other one? Was it Robert De Niro? Robert De Niro. Both Robert De Niro and Al Pacino had younger women. They have younger women. They too have a lifestyle. But Puffy's on trial. I'm giving you big names on trial. Make it make sense. All right, guys. Leave a comment. Do me a favor, please. Leave a comment in the comment section. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video. Because while I'm here, I'm listening. We're 6 weeks in this case. 6 weeks. Where the hell is the smoking gun at? I don't see the smoking gun. The cross-examination is demolishing the direct examination by the prosecution witness. And it's disgusting to see people get on the stand, and then you look at their test mess, you feel so empathetic and so sad for people to get on the stand and say, oh my goodness, he did this to you, he did that to you. Then you see the text messages, and then guess what? Oh, you're in a lifestyle. You demanded $450,000 because, oh, you said you claim on the stand that, well, the reason why you asked for that is because I saw what you did to Cassie. Did you see what he did to Cassie, or did you see what he did to Cassie by way of a settlement? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Let me get that sun out of my face, guys. The sun is in my face. I'm gonna find the light, guys. I'm gonna find the light. I want to be able to read your comments. Stand by, guys. Stand by. This is real time. Stand by. Yes, hello. I'm not ending my life for anyone. I'm sorry. I'm telling the truth. I have to tell the truth. I know you want me to end the life. I'm telling the truth. You cannot pay me to stop this. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. Wrong number. Okay. Let me see if I can get you a little shade. Hold on. Sun is killing me, guys. Sun is killing me. Stand by. Stand by, guys. All right, we're back. Okay, I can see the screen now. Where are we at? Okay. All right, guys, listen. I want to say something, and some of you are going to be upset about what I'm about to say. I've been here from the start of this trial. I witnessed every witness get on the stand and tell their story. I also witnessed the cross-examination. And as of today, I'm wondering why this trial the judge has allowed this to go on. This judge is a smart judge. The judge should be able to discern facts from bullshit. And I'm smelling and hearing a lot of bullshit. And Judge Aaron, this must stop. This is part of your legacy, Yana. This must stop. This must stop. This is, there are individuals who are coming in to testify. They are looking for that golden, that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Diddy's the rainbow for a lot of them. Diddy has been the rainbow for a lot of them for many, many years. He's been the rainbow for a lot of people for many, many years. But there's a pot of gold at that rainbow in this courtroom, the Southern District of New York, 500 Pearl Street, courtroom 26A. This is an audition for a lot of people. People are auditioning here, in my opinion. People are auditioning for the bigger payout. Movie deal, book deal, documentary, lawsuit, civil suit. I may not be with you much longer, but I'm telling you why I'm here. This is what's happening. And when I say much longer, I'm saying 50, maybe 40 years. Come on. I'll tell you guys, I'm gonna tell you something true story. I can come out here and tell you what some of you what you really want to hear, and y'all can be throwing all the super chats and cash apps at me. No, I'm not gonna do that. Because when they bury me, they're not burying me with money. They're not burying me with Chanel or Louis or Hermes or any of this stuff. They're not burying me with none of that. And money can only go so far. You see a man on trial right now who has unlimited resources, but he's on trial right now. So money is great, but money is also an illusion for some. Just think about it. She was upset with Young Miami getting the Chanel and all the great gifts, but it's all trinkets. They're nice and everything, but what does it really mean? What does it really mean? Stand by, guys. Let me turn this thing off. If I show you my message, you'll laugh. I should dox someone right now. I should really dox this person who just sent me this message. I would be wrong if I doxed them, right? But they're wrong for sending me this message. I should dox them. Put a 1 in the chat if I should dox them right now. Put a 1 in the chat if I should dox them right now. I don't typically dox. I don't dox people. I'm doxing this person. Get the heck off my phone. You better screenshot quick. Screenshot. Okay, that's it. That's it. That's all you got. I ain't seen no wine to nobody. Get your ass off my phone. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. No, I think it's probably a spam caller. So it's a spammer. It's a spammer. It's a spammer, probably. All right, guys. I got to go back inside. That is my update, my lunch hour update. I'm going to eat lunch today. I'm literally going to eat lunch today. I don't know if it's going to be a smoothie or whatever. I'm going to eat lunch today. Tisa doesn't want to debate me. I'll be honest. I love Tisa to death, but she don't want to debate me. She doesn't want to debate me. It would not be a good debate. I love debating, actually. You guys know I love debating. I don't think she would want to debate me. And you know, listen, she does what she do, but I doubt seriously she want to debate me. That would probably be major problem to debate me on this particular case. But I respect that she's out here doing a job. A lot of you are sitting home. A lot of you are just commenting. No one's pulled up. But I would challenge a lot of you to debate me on this case on the merits. Because anyone can rehearse a script. Anyone can rehearse a script. And what I'm seeing is a script being played out in a courtroom. Because the witness stand is a stage. And the jurors are the ones who are going to decide who wins the Academy Award. And stop being messy. If I want to debate Teaser Tells on this, we can debate on this. We can debate on this. Or any journalist, we can debate on this. Okay, so hold on, guys, hold on. So my video's gonna get flagged, buddy. Hello? So the audio's gonna pick on the video, music.
Yeah, I mean, I've been hearing you for the past hour as well.
So I'm not playing music. I just asked him, the music's gonna be flagged on my video, and so he's turning it up. So I don't know what that's all about. I mean, you got headphones, put your headphones on. Okay, guys, so just listen to this. He's been listening to me for that half hour. So what, am I supposed to not report? Just check this out. This is what I'm dealing with right now. Now I can get petty now. You don't want me to get petty. That's what you don't want to do. You don't want me to get petty. And I can get petty now. So we're both members of the press, and I'm telling someone who shoots video for a living that music will interfere with the coverage, and sadly I have to explain this. Now, I want you guys to remember what the date is, the time, and what happens throughout the day. You'll understand later. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, I'll see you on my next live.